Hello guys, welcome back to our channel. I hope you have created databases and tables from our previous episode. If you haven't watched those videos yet, I'd recommend checking them out first because SQL is something you learn best by practicing. Open MySQL Workbench and execute the queries along with me. That hands-on practice will make everything much easier to understand. Alright, let's get started. In today's video, we are going to learn some of the most commonly used SQL queries, that is select, where, distinct and order by. These are the queries you will use almost every day as a tester. Before we start writing queries, let's quickly look at the table we will be using throughout this video. This is our employees table which we created in the previous episode. If you closely look at this table, it contains 7 columns, that is employee ID, first name, last name, department, designation level, reports to and salary. And we have already inserted 10 records into this table. If you remember from the previous episode, I told that employee ID is the primary key column, which means this column should contain only unique values and there should not be any duplicate values. But if you look at the other columns like first name, department or designation, you will notice that these columns contain duplicate values. Because multiple employees can belong to the same department or designation, right? Also note this one important point, that a table should contain only one primary key column. Okay, now let's start writing our queries. Let's start with select statement. Select statement is basically used to retrieve the data from a table. So when should we use select statement? If you want to see every column and every record from a table, simply write select star from table name and you will get all the rows and columns from the employees table. Now suppose you don't need every column. Maybe you only want to see the first name of the employees. Now in that case, instead of star, use first name and let's execute this query and you will see only the first name column in the results table. Similarly, if you want multiple columns, separate the column names with commas like select first name, comma designation, comma any other column from employees table. And if you execute this query, you can see the first name designation columns in the results table. If you closely look at the results table for all the queries which we have executed so far, you will notice duplicate values in a column. Suppose you have a scenario where you want to display only the unique values for a column. So in that case, use the distinct keyword. Select distinct followed by the name of the column for which you want to see only the unique values. Now you execute this query and you can see that the duplicate values are removed from the first name column. Let's understand this better. Replace first name with department, and now if you execute this query, you can clearly see that the duplicate values are removed from the department column. You can see only QA and development. This means that only the unique values are displayed. Also, do you know we can use distinct keyword in multiple columns too. Select distinct followed by first name comma department. Here distinct doesn't check the first name column alone. Instead, it checks the combination of first name plus department. If you see the employees table, we have the combination of Alice plus QA in row 1 and row 7. So instead of 2 records, only one will be displayed if you execute this query. So this is how it works in case of multiple columns. Next one is order by. If you want to sort the results, use the order by keyword. Our first scenario is to sort the results based on employee ID. So after order by, specify the column name based on which you need the results to be sorted. And if you execute this query, you can see the data is sorted in ascending order. Do you know why? We haven't specified any keywords like ascending or descending, but still the data is sorted in ascending order. This is because by default the results will be sorted in ascending order, and if you want the results to be sorted in descending order, you have to specify DESC keyword. Also, you can sort the results based on salary, first name and department. Try that out, guys. Now let's make our queries very interesting. So instead of retrieving every employee, what if we want only the employees from the QA department? That's where the where class comes in. Now after the table name, use where department is equal to QA. and the where class filters the records based on the condition. And if you execute this query, you can see only the employees whose department is equal to QA are displayed in the results table. You can also use different comparison operators like equal to, not equal to, greater than, less than, and so on. For example, if you want to get the employees earning less than 30,000, so in this case you can use the query where salary less than 30,000, and if you execute this, you can see the details of all the employees whose salary is less than 30,000. You can also combine multiple conditions using and or operators. Suppose we have a scenario where we want to filter the QA employees whose salary is greater than 50,000. So here we have two conditions. One is the department must be equal to QA and the salary must be greater than 50,000. So here we use the AND operator, and if you execute this query, you can see the results table contains only the QA employees whose salary is greater than 50,000. The OR operator is used when you want records that satisfy at least one condition. For example, you have a requirement where you want to get the details of employees who are either in the development department or at level 4. Notice the word either. It means an employee doesn't have to satisfy both the conditions. If an employee works in the development department, they will be included even if their level is not 4. Also, if an employee is at level 4, they will also be included even if they belong to another department. So a simple way to remember it is AND operator, both conditions must be true, and for OR operator at least one condition should be true. Using where class is one of the most important SQL skill. In real projects, you will always retrieve only the data you need to validate and not the entire table. So that's it for today, guys. So today we learned select, where, distinct, and order by. Practice these queries on your own by changing the conditions and columns. The more you practice, SQL becomes easier. I have also added all the queries used in this video in the description, so you can copy and practice them yourself. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Let's see aggregate functions, group by, and having in the next episode. So stay tuned and see you guys in the next episode. Thank you.